What's going on, my YouTubers on Horsepower House TV? Biker Dave here. Sitting in my, what I call my shop truck. It's a 2008 Ford Taurus X. It's that wagon thing, and they only made it for 2 years. Check out my previous videos. I got all kinds of stuff that I've done to it, as far as just little fix-ups and troubleshooting and upgrades and just, some simple things that most people can do. And if you have a regular Ford Taurus sedan, or maybe even the Ford Freestyle, some of those things may help you as well. But one thing I just had resolved recently, I got new tires installed as well as complete new struts front and rear. Because, this thing has upwards of 165,000 miles on it. See down there? Suspension was feeling kind of washy and just kind of blah. And the tires needed doing anyway. So I went ahead and had it done. Took it to a reputable shop here in East Cobb, Marietta, Georgia. Jack's Tire and Auto, it's called, on Canton Highway here near Sandy Plains Road. Anyway, they installed, all new shocks, new struts on the front. And not long after the install was done, I would notice, let's say in a parking situation like here, I'm sitting in this parking lot right here, and if I wanted to, pull into a parking space or parallel park or whatever, at slow speed, and you turn the wheel, you would hear the spring making some sort of springy, boingy sound from the front strut. It started out, it was the one on the right that was doing it. And especially when the car would get warm after driving it for a while, the spring obviously gets warm, it would be pretty loud, if you're just going slow, or if you're just pulling out of an intersection or whatever, and you turn the wheel, you'd hear it going boing, 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 boing. It was pretty loud. So, I took it back to them, told them what was going on. They said, okay, we'll check into it. And they did. They looked into it and checked it. They said everything seems to be installed correctly. So it's obviously not the installation. And I've looked online and I noticed lots of people have that issue on many different makes and models. It's not just this car. And I'll have to look up exactly which brand of strut they installed. But honestly, I think that's irrelevant too, because tons of other people with various brands of struts that they installed either themselves or they had a shop do have complained of a similar problem. And quite honestly, if it wasn't the installation that was the problem, the only fix is to replace the struts. And if they're ones that you bought, yourself, I'm sure that the place you bought them from will take them back under warranty and swap them out for you, because that's what this place had to do. They had to swap them out with their supplier. They replaced them under their own, little 1-year warranty, whatever, because I only had it for a couple thousand miles since they did the installation. Anyway, so they did the first one. The right front was making the noise at first. They replaced that one, noise went away. Then maybe 500 miles later, the left front starts making the same noise. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. And some people say, all right, maybe it'll break in and the noise will go away after a while. It did not. In fact, it got worse. So, same deal. I had to take it back. Another couple thousand miles later, without question, they replaced it. Now I'll have to find out. I was going to call them tomorrow and tell them that everything is going well. And it was also affecting the alignment of the car. Now, I don't know if the left front was defective in such a manner that maybe it was not plumb, maybe it was off angle or something, from manufacturing, because they triple checked it as far as the installation part. But what was happening, let's say you're going down a dead straight highway dead level and straight, and you have your steering wheel perfectly straight, the car would ever so slightly start to drift to the left, and this is a completely flat, level road with no ridge, no nothing. So I was having to slightly pull the wheel to the right to, to basically keep the car dead straight. And I know that sounds ridiculous, and the tires were new as well. They swapped the tires left and right, didn't make a difference. Anyway, once they replaced that left front strut, they also, of course, did an alignment check again, because that's what you should do when you replace suspension components on the front end. And not only is the sound completely gone, that's for the steering back and forth, that's not the sound of the spring whatsoever. Completely gone. The car now drives dead straight as it should. So, if you've had a similar issue where you maybe install some new struts, or you had a shop install struts and you're hearing a noise when you cut the wheel sharply in a in a parking situation, and as long as your installation is correct and you have no other worn parts or whatever, I'm afraid to tell you, you have to replace that strut. Under warranty, hopefully. Tons of people, if you Google it, tons of people complain of a similar thing on other cars, and there was no other fix for it. So there you have it. I am also a proud customer to say the same thing, that they replaced them again and it solved all the problems. But the alignment thing was real strange. Even though the tires were new, brakes were good, everything was good, but the car was trying to pull slightly to the left on a flat road, and that solved that as well. So I'm totally happy with it, and just wanted to pass that along to you. Again, this is a 2008 Ford Taurus X, the illustrious wagon that was only around for a couple of years. It's a good car though, I mean, it's not sexy, it's not hot looking, it's not cool, but it's a solid car. Drives well, gets good gas mileage, really good performance. It's got that, 3.6 in it, V6. This car hauls butt. It is faster. It's as fast as my previous Mustang GT that I believe had the 4.6. This car would hang with it if it were in a drag race, I'm convinced. Of course, I never put that to the test. I just know how this car feels, and it is freaking quick. It's got nice features, nice functions. Everything works well. Like I said, if you've got this car and you've got some issues you'd like to resolve, look into my previous videos. If you just go up to the search box on the main channel and just type in Ford Taurus or Ford Taurus X, you'll find all kinds of other videos I've done of stuff that I've either replaced or resolved or improved or stuff like that. Anyway, if this helps you out, or if you had a similar situation, feel free to comment below, and we'd like to hear about it, because maybe you have some other fix that that something improved for you that was different from replacing the struts. And that's it. Once again, Biker Dave here, Horsepower House. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, Marietta, East Cobb, and Google us, find us on Facebook, eBay. Got a really popular eBay store with motorcycle tools and specialty items for motorcycles and dirt bikes and ATVs and things. So check it out, and we post stuff all the time, and we've got entertainment videos as well. So shoot us a subscribe, like, and a follow, and post it on one of your social media pages. And that's it for now. We shall see ya. Have a great evening.